He turned against the Jedi, then against the Sith. In doing so, Revan reshaped the galaxy forever. Cloaked in the robes of a Jedi Knight, yet armored like a conqueror, he rose to power, built empires, shattered them, vanished into legend, and defied death itself. Behind the mask lay a man torn by memories and shaped by war. His legacy was not light or dark, it was the struggle to become more than either. Born on a remote and quiet world, Revan's connection to the Force was immediate and undeniable. Jedi scouts discovered the boy and brought him to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. There, in the towering spires and ancient halls, Revan's restless spirit and sharp mind set him apart. He did not simply accept the Jedi teachings, he questioned them, seeking the deeper truths hidden beyond the rigid dogma. Alec, who would become Malak, was Revan's closest friend and constant companion. Where Revan burned with ambition and curiosity, Alec remained calm and loyal. Together, they pushed themselves in relentless training, sparring beneath golden sunsets in the temple courtyard. Their bond was a rare light in a strict and often isolating order, one destined to be tested by the coming storms. Far beyond the temple's safety, the galaxy darkened. The Mandalorian Neo-Crusaders swept through the Outer Rim, burning cities, destroying worlds. Refugees fled toward the core, carrying tales of devastation and despair. Within the Jedi Council chambers, heated debate divided masters. Some urged caution, fearing war would corrupt the Jedi's sacred mission. Others demanded action. Revan could not stand idle. The Council's hesitation felt like betrayal. Behind closed doors, he confided in Alec, and together they gathered Jedi willing to fight without hesitation. Their quiet rebellion sparked a storm that would sweep the galaxy. The Mandalorian fleet surged relentlessly through the Outer Rim, tearing apart Republic defenses with overwhelming force. Entire systems fell beneath their onslaught, leaving destruction and despair in their wake. The Jedi Council finally authorized limited support, but it was clear the conflict demanded far more. Revan took command, leading Jedi and Republic forces with ruthless precision, his tactics swift and unyielding. To rally his troops and strike fear into the hearts of their enemies, Revan donned the mask of a fallen Mandalorian warrior, cold, angular, and terrifying. Each victory hardened his resolve and steeled his heart. Malak, his closest friend and second in command, watched uneasily as Revan's ambition began to darken, foreshadowing the trials ahead. The war reached its devastating climax on Malachor 5. Revan unleashed the mass shadow generator, a terrifying weapon that collapsed gravity itself, crushing entire fleets and armies in an instant. The planet cracked and shattered beneath the cataclysm. Victory was won, but the price was devastating, and it pushed Revan ever deeper toward the darkness. Beneath the shattered surface of Malachor 5, Revan discovered an ancient Sith temple pulsing with raw, dark energy. The Mandalorians had been pawns in a centuries-old Sith scheme. The Sith Emperor, long thought defeated, awaited in the shadows, gathering strength to reclaim his empire. With the Mandalorian war behind them, Revan and Malak turned their focus to a darker mystery, the lost Sith Empire. Guided by ancient Sith texts and whispers in the Force, they plunged into the unknown regions, a vast and perilous expanse shrouded in mystery. Each star system they passed brought them closer to an empire long thought extinct, but whose shadow still lingered in the galaxy. Their journey led them to the Sith world of Droman Kars, a place steeped in darkness and power. The planet's twisted landscapes echoed with the cries of forgotten wars. Here, hidden beneath storm-lashed skies and jagged mountains, the Sith Emperor awaited, a shadowy figure whose will could crush minds and reshape destinies. The Sith Emperor's power was overwhelming. Before Revan and Malak could strike, their minds were shattered by his dark influence. Their wills bent and broke, memories twisted into nightmares. The Emperor seized them, anointing them Sith Lords, Darth Revan and Darth Malak, sworn to his service and charged with reigniting war across the galaxy. Reborn as Sith Lords, Revan and Malak unleashed terror on the Republic. Their dark crusade sought the Starforge, a legendary space station built by the ancient Rakatan Infinite Empire. This factory of war could produce entire fleets of Sith warships, turning ambition into unstoppable force. But beneath Malak's loyalty, jealousy simmered, his desire for ultimate power growing darker with each conquest, a dangerous shadow that threatened to tear them apart. As their campaign ravaged star systems, a Jedi strike team led by Bastila Shan undertook a desperate mission. They infiltrated Revan's flagship, seeking to end his reign of terror. Bastila faced Revan in a fierce duel. Seizing the opportunity to claim total power for himself, Malak betrayed his master, ordering his ships to fire on Revan's command bridge, aiming to kill him and seize control of the Sith Empire. Malak's betrayal left Revan gravely wounded, the bridge shattered and ablaze. In the chaos, Bastila made a choice: to save the man beneath the darkness. She rescued Revan from the wreckage, cradling him as alarms blared and fire raged. Determined, she vowed to bring him back, to free him from the dark side's grip. Bastila's act of saving Revan forged a powerful force bond between them, a connection that went beyond words. This bond became the key that convinced the wary Jedi Council to believe Revan could be redeemed. Despite his dark past, they saw hope in that link and decided to erase his memories, giving him a chance to reclaim the light. Revan awoke with no memory of his dark deeds. Vulnerable and lost, he believed himself a loyal Republic soldier. His Force sensitivity began to emerge anew as Bastila guided him, her presence a steady beacon in the turmoil. Together with Bastila and a small crew, Revan set out on a mission to locate the Starforge. Memories flickered faintly in his mind, instincts guiding him through star charts and forgotten paths. Trust blossomed slowly between him and Bastila, forged in battles and quiet moments aboard the Ebon Hawk. Bastila's unwavering faith became a steady flame in Revan's uncertain soul. As memories returned piece by piece, so did deeper feelings. Their bond deepened into love, fragile and complicated by war and the shadows of the past. But Revan's fragile trust was shattered when Malak confronted them, forcing Revan to remember his past, the dark deeds he had buried deep within. The memories came crashing back, overwhelming him with guilt and pain. The man he once was felt distant, replaced by the Sith Lord who had brought destruction across the galaxy. In a cruel betrayal, Malak kidnapped Bastila, determined to turn her to the dark side. Her fate hung in the balance as Malak pressed his will upon her, twisting her into a Sith apprentice loyal only to him. Despite being deceived and betrayed, Revan's resolve never faltered. His love for Bastila fueled his determination to save her and stop Malak's plans. With a loyal crew, he pushed forward, racing toward the Starforge. As Republic forces clashed with the massive Sith armada, Revan infiltrated the Starforge. The ancient war factory hummed with dark power, a relic of the Rakatan Infinite Empire's terrible legacy. Inside, Revan prepared for the ultimate confrontation with Malak and the hope of rescuing Bastila. The final duel was brutal and desperate. Revan fought with every ounce of strength, fueled by skill, love, and a desire for redemption. Against overwhelming odds, he defeated Malak and freed Bastila from the dark side's grasp. The Starforge trembled as it began to collapse, its destruction signalling the end of the Sith war machine. Revan and Bastila fled through the chaos, escaping just as the station exploded behind them in a blaze of fire and metal. Their victory was hard won, but their bond had grown stronger than ever. Back among the Republic, Revan and Bastila were hailed as heroes. Their courage had shifted the course of the war, and for a time, peace seemed within reach. Yet beneath the surface, Revan felt a stirring, memories lost but not forgotten, waiting to be reclaimed. Revan and Bastila married, their union a rare light in a galaxy still healing from conflict. The Jedi Council did not fully approve, but tolerated their bond because of Revan's importance to the Republic's future. the news of Bastila's pregnancy brought a rare moment of joy and hope. In a galaxy scarred by war, the promise of new life was a beacon of light. Revan embraced the happiness with open arms, dreaming of a future beyond conflict and darkness. But the peace was fragile. As Bastila's pregnancy progressed, Revan's buried memories surged back with startling clarity, the looming presence of the Sith Emperor, a threat greater than any before. The weight of the galaxy pressed on him once more, forcing a painful choice. Torn between love and duty, Revan made the hardest decision of his life. To protect his new family and the galaxy, he would leave Bastila and their unborn child behind. Alone, he would hunt the Sith Emperor and face the darkness once and for all, no matter the cost. Revan's pursuit of the Sith Emperor led him once again to Dromund Kaas. The dark world loomed like a wound in the galaxy, its skies roiling with storms of hate and power. Here, the Emperor's trap awaited. Revan was captured swiftly and dragged into a prison, not of stone or metal, but of the mind. 3 years later, Revan was freed by his former general, Meetra Surik, the Jedi exile, and a Sith named Scourge. Together, they forged a fragile alliance to confront the Emperor and break his grip, but betrayal lurked in the shadows. Scourge betrayed the Jedi, capturing Revan and killing Surik. The Sith Emperor then placed Revan in stasis, a mental prison that kept him alive but trapped, allowing the Emperor to draw on his strength and peer into his mind. Despite his captivity, Revan used the psychic link with the Emperor to his advantage. He delayed the Sith assault on the Republic, buying vital time for the Jedi and Republic to rebuild and prepare for the inevitable war. Meetra Surik's Force Ghost remained by Revan's side, offering strength and hope amid the mental torment. For centuries, Revan endured, a silent guardian holding the line against darkness from within his prison. During Revan's centuries of captivity, a secret society emerged within the Sith Empire, calling themselves the Order of Revan. They revered his teachings of balance, walking the razor's edge between light and dark. Viewed as heretics by both Sith and Jedi, they operated in shadows, seeking to reshape the Empire from within, guided by the fractured spirit of their namesake. When Revan was finally freed by Republic forces, he was a changed man, haunted and broken, yet driven. Taking control of the Foundry, an ancient war factory, he began building a vast army of extermination droids, intending to crush the Sith Empire once and for all. But before his vision could be realized, Revan was struck down by an elite Imperial strike team. Though his body fell, the centuries of mental torture had shattered his soul. His spirit fractured, splitting into two halves, his light side merging with the Force in serene release, while his dark side clung to life, burning with rage and an unyielding desire to finish what he started. The Dark Revan seized control of the Order of Revan, moulding them into a force to resurrect the weakened Sith Emperor, once more to grant him physical form, so Revan could deliver the final, fatal blow. But this obsession terrified both Republic and Sith. They forged an unprecedented alliance, uniting to stop the threat born of one of their own. The climactic battle tore through Yavin 4's ancient temples and dense jungles. Jedi and Sith fought side by side, their desperation palpable as Revan's fractured soul fought within, torn between light and dark. The jungle echoed with the clash of sabers and the roar of blaster fire, the fate of the galaxy hanging by a thread. At the battle's peak, Revan's light half reached out to his dark side, seeking reunion and peace. The two halves slowly merged into one, and with a final surge of strength, Revan's fractured spirit was defeated. His physical form dissolved into radiant light, finally able to rest after centuries of torment and struggle. Revan's story is one of struggle, between light and dark, duty and desire, love and sacrifice. His journey showed that true strength lies not in choosing a side, but in embracing the complex balance between them. His teachings lived on, captured in holocrons and whispered in legend. Centuries later, the Sith Lord Darth Bane discovered Revan's Sith holocron, Inspired by its wisdom, he shattered the failing Brotherhood of Darkness and forged the Rule of Two, a new order of Sith, stronger and more cunning. This new philosophy paved the way for Darth Sidious, who would rise to power and build the Galactic Empire. Revan's influence rippled through history, shaping the destiny of the galaxy long after his final battle. Revan remains a symbol of hope and complexity, a reminder that every soul contains light and dark. His story teaches us that redemption is possible, even for those who have walked the darkest paths. His legacy endures as a guiding light for all who seek balance in the Force. In the end, Revan's journey is a story of choice and the battle within every heart. His legacy reminds us that in every shadow, there is always hope. If you enjoyed the journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. There's a whole universe of lore waiting to be uncovered, so join us here at LoreKeepers, where we guide you from scroll to starship.